Hi guys.
Yo, welcome back to the MCSR ranked playoffs. It's me, it's Curryway, and it's him, it's Parker Recrap. Parker, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. We just watched a beautiful match. I know you're excited. The Eric won. I'm really excited for this match. I don't know if you've looked at the stats, but these two players are within 1 second on their average time. I feel like they're very similar level in like players. I'm really excited.
Oh my goodness. That is very exciting. I'm super excited for this match. I love MrBudgie. I love Tudorule. I think both of these players have some really, really interesting play styles. I actually think they have a very similar play style. So I'm interested to see what differences we're going to see today. I'm always a fan of Tudorule's timer. Tudorule's timer is awesome.
Yeah, right?
And this is Budgie's first playoff. So I'm very excited to see what Budgie does today. We saw Eric. That was the first time Eric's played in playoffs. 3-0. Is that going to happen with Budgie as well? Are the new players going to kind of take the reins? So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, I mean that's kind of what we're going to see here today. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember the order of the stat graphics that are going to come up, but Oliver's going to do a great job transitioning us to the next one because I didn't have enough time to look up what we're going to look at next. But Oliver's going to tell me right now. And whoa, look at that. It's the player spotlight.
Let's go.
It's the player spotlight for MrBudgie. Parker, what stands out here to you? Anything interesting?
My eyes always go to the average time. That's like my favorite stat. We got 10:58. Best ranked time 7:27. That's pretty fast. That's kind of cooking.
That is really fast.
What other things to do?
I really am a big fan of 5th Legacy combined RSG. That's big.
What does that even mean?
So I'm not sure what the legacy means, but CRSG is combined RSG, which is just basically 1.7/1.8, 1.14/1.15, and 1.16 plus. So Budgie's times combined. Legacy is 3 versions. Okay. So yeah, it's basically what I thought. So 5th in that is very, very impressive. Very, very, very impressive to have that. And that shows that Budgie is a very consistent player, knows a lot about the game. That's the thing. I alluded to it before. Budgie and Tudo, in my opinion, are two very cerebral players. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting strategy. I think we're going to see a lot of very consistent gameplay in this matchup. And another thing, an 813 RSGPB is very, very impressive. I mean, best rank time 7:27, but actually sitting down grinding for an 813 RSG, very impressive. And 2-0 versus Tudorule. 2-0 versus Tudorule.
True.
So
yeah, we'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah, absolutely. We can kick it to the Tudorule stats. I'm very excited to see what Tudo's accomplishments are going to be this season. No reset world record holder, my GOAT. Back-to-back sub-12s and no reset. I still don't know how that happened, but great job. I guess they're all no reset things. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
They're all no reset.
You got some competition.
I do.
Watch out.
Tudorule's really good at no reset because Tudorule will do like 25 no resets in a row and then die and be like, okay, I think I'm done playing no reset. And that's how you do really good at no reset.
That's what I would do.
That's a W strat. Best rank time 7:21, very impressive, very good, and a really fast ranked average time 10:36. That is fast. That is really fast.
That is.
This is a pretty impressive sheet as well. Again, 0-2.
Similar amounts of games played, 54% win rate.
Yeah, it is. Actually, we didn't point that out. Both have played around 700, 800 games, which is, I think, about the standard. I mean, I think Automat and Eric are both a little bit lower. Automat especially. Eric is lower, I think, around like 400, 500. Both of these players kind of around that 800 value. There's some other players that we'll see later today that are kind of around that as well. But 0-2 versus Budgie, I mean, obviously not a lot of sample size, especially with how many games they've played. But I think this is also like a time zone thing as well, because I'm not exactly sure where Budgie is, but I know Tudorule's on a crazy time for him right now as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to all the people staying up late, waking up early to make this all happen. I love the community.
I could never be the Australian playing at 4 a.m. or doing stuff at 4 a.m. Like massive respect for that. So, I mean, this is really impressive. Let's tune over to the next stat thing, which is, I believe, their win-loss and their percentage. Oh, we have a player interview, actually. I'm getting yelled at. We didn't have that for the first seed. We have it with this one, and I remember that it's with Budgie, and I'm very excited. Me player.
Too. I love interviews.
Let's see what Budgie has to say about himself going into ranked Season 6 and their first time playing.
Hello everyone, I'm MrBudgie and I'm from Ontario, Canada. I actually used to play Geometry Dash as my main game, but then like one time, I guess some of my friends just started watching Kuriway and they started getting into speedrunning just like a little bit. I just like hopped in a survival world to see how quickly I could beat the game. I was like, this is really fun, and then I started getting serious with it. Once I actually started speedrunning, I only had just like simple goals in mind. I got sub 30 pretty quickly. I was just so invested. Like, I just enjoy doing this so much. I have like a top combined time now, like 5th on the leaderboard. And I was like, I'm a Minecraft speedrunner now. In previous seasons, whenever I got to like 1800 elo, I would start getting really nervous and scared. I just wouldn't play much, and it stopped me from getting better at the game. But in season 6, I just thought to myself, I just want to have fun, so that's just pretty much what I did. My elo would be all over the place, up and down, but you know, I was really starting to notice the improvement. Eventually, I was just able to get to netherite. Eric is just one of my best friends. There was no way I could have picked him. Tudorule's such a good player. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try my best and hopefully I win.
We're coming back.
Oh yeah.
Great interview. That was interesting. What stood out to you there? Anything? The combined time? How he got into Minecraft? The Tudorule pick? Anything?
I liked him talking about his nerve and nerve management, how he got nervous when he got to 1800, and maybe that's a little different nowadays. I remember when I first started playing ranked, I was nervous to play any game ever, and I feel like it's been a great skill to develop, especially because this is like the peak, you know? This is where you need the nerve management.
Yeah,
so I'm very
absolutely.
excited.
I think like you bring up a good point. I remember when you originally got into ranked. I remember that was like a big thing. I think maybe when you were just getting into like speedrunning and like joining more calls and stuff. I remember I was like, "Do you want to do ranked?" And you were like, "No, it's like I don't want to go against other people." And I think like everyone has that thought process, right? Like it is a little bit more scary doing something for yourself versus like competing against other people. But when you get more comfortable in your own gameplay, you get confidence, you want to show yourself to others, and Buddy's done a great job of that and has played unbelievably well this season. Auto qualifying, not having to go through last chance qualifiers, and deciding to pick Tudorule, who is an incredibly talented player and has had success in ranked playoffs before. So, with that out of the way, let's now go to the actual stack graphic thing that we're supposed to be looking at. Now that the intro is done, the interview's done.
Speed
Wow.
types.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
There is one thing that stands out to me.
What's that?
The ruined portal win percentage for MrBudgie. That's pretty high.
Oh my gosh, that is high.
That is really, really high. Yeah.
You know, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
When on all of the other ranked playoffs that have happened, the commentators talk a lot about seed types and what matters. And in the back of my mind, I've always thought like, I'm going to have to play like all these seeds anyways. Does it really matter? And I feel like the more you think about it, the more it matters. But now we've got stats to say, hey, you got 7% chance of winning here, usually. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more validity to it in my head now, where it's like,
I think there's
maybe they matter.
Absolutely. And I think like the main thing here is like the win percentage versus the average time. Like, sure, Tudorule's average time on Ruin Portal is 40 seconds faster than MrBudgie. But this is a massive 50 seconds faster even. So, but this is a massive time difference. But obviously, there's the difference here, and the win percentage difference is there's probably a bigger forfeit percentage potentially for Tudorule in Ruin Portal. Or so less in Budgie. There's also just the time slot. Like maybe Tudorule's playing against some better people who are getting faster times, which is lowering the win percentage for Tudorule. Yeah. So there's a lot of things like that. The other thing, this is the first time, and I'm bringing it up because I don't know if it's going to happen again because it is playoffs. This is the first time we're seeing a less than 50% win rate on any seed. And it's MrBudgie Buried Treasure, which is a very common seed type that a lot of people like. Wow. So I'm curious if Budgie is going to ban that, potentially maybe ban something else, but that is very interesting that we see that. And again, that Ruin Portal, I mean, that is almost 20% higher than any other win rate. Like that is unreal.
Surely you ban that, right?
I feel like you do, but again, like you have a 954, like that's Tudorule's best seed type. Also, like that's Tudorule's highest win percentage. So maybe this is something where Budgie maybe cares a lot more about the seed ban, and maybe Tudorule's a little bit more like, you know what, I'll just go with the flow, I'll see what happens. But I'll see if I think so. How's it gonna work? It's gonna be Tudorule bans something, then Budgie bans, then pick. So if I'm Tudorule, I would probably ban maybe Shipwreck, just because Shipwreck can be a little bit awkward. I think it's just a weird C type. I wouldn't ban Ruin Portal. I think that just you leave that open for now. And I think Budgie is going to ban Buried Treasure. That's I think going to be my take, and we'll see no ocean stuff for the first 3 seeds. Do you have any predictions?
No, that makes sense to me. Do you think there's any validity to doing the opposite of some of these choices, like going against the grain and being like, you know what? This is like my best, but I'm banning it because like it doesn't matter to me. Like I can be in this. I need to win any match that I'm playing.
This is something I talked to Eric about in the seed ban process for the Automat game a couple days ago. I think it is like a lot of seed pick banning is just all mental. Like, how do you throw off your opponent the most, right? So like maybe Budgie does just ban Ruin Portal, right? Like I have a 70% win rate, but I don't even need that to beat you. Like something like that comes up. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm very interested to see what happens, and maybe we can see it. Maybe we can go to the next scene.
Can we see the picks?
I'm curious. It is going to be Tudo ban Ruin Portal, and we're both just so wrong. Like, I have no idea why Budgie banned Village. Like, I couldn't give you a single reason. And
we have Shipwreck
Budgie is going to play Shipwreck. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Okay. So we are going to go. We are guaranteed 2 ocean seeds off the top here, and the other one, Desert Temple, will be happening in game 2 or game 3. We won't be seeing Ruin Portal until at least game 4, along with the Village. And I think that is just really interesting. I would be curious to see the thought process for either of these runners, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see, right? So maybe this is Budgie's pick. Maybe it's going to be something really confident for Budgie, and yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Okay, really are we good to
potentially good to go? Maybe we need a yap. Who knows?
We can yap. I can yap.
It's great.
Professional yapper here.
We do that for a living. We do yap for a living. It's pretty impressive. But no, this is going to be a really interesting game. I'm not surprised about the Tudorule ban. Like, it does make sense. I have no thought process in the Village ban for Budgie, and here we go. Very interested to see what happens here.
Shipwreck first seed.
Yeah,
only about a second difference between the 2 timers. Tudorule is going to be in first. Doesn't see it. Upping the render. Shipwreck instantly
right there, right in front of them. Pretty standard right now. I mean, there's nothing too crazy. Close Shipwreck, obviously going to go here. Not going to grab anything.
See how
low iron, not a full set for anything.
You do shears though. Stone axe. Any gunpowder? Oh, I'm always a big fan of the 5 gunpowder. It just feels
it's so hype. It's so hype. I think 10 obviously both players are going to do shears. I mean, this is pretty standard. 10 bread is pretty good for a Shipwreck, I think. I think both players are pretty content with that. Like, this is a pretty solid Shipwreck play here. So
and you get the stone exposed too. That's
the exposed stone is really nice. Budgie's going to get that as well in a little bit of a different spot, but both runners pretty much lined up here. And the main thing, I haven't seen any kelp. Have you seen any kelp yet? Yeah.
No.
All right. Well,
let's see, maybe they just circled the island. Maybe they saw something we don't. They're both shearing 60 leaves, 40 leaves.
I was going to say
up to about a stack
is going to get more. I was worried he wasn't going to get more.
Doing the gravel here. I love the gravel. The gravel plays on the island. It just feels so good.
I think it's a good thing as well. It does look like there's a pretty decent ravine this direction towards the ship. Now, obviously, no kelp, but I feel like this is just the right play from Tudo here. And it does look like it is going to be a commit. And Tudorule is probably ahead by a good 6-7 seconds right now.
Yeah, I don't even know where the time was. Just must be mechanics. Oh, what happened to the portal?
Messed up the door portal. I think had a ghost water bucket.
Oh, now only has one door. Bit awkward.
Fortunate. Yeah, very awkward.
MrBudgie's catching up time here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good recovery from Tudo,
They're entering so close to each other. This is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Entity Spike, 70. Instabastion, maybe Stables. Both taking the same terrain.
Leaves definitely paying off here, but this is a lot of flat terrain. Surprised. Look at the wide macro from both right now. I don't see a fort for either though.
I don't either.
This is going to be Stables, no triple. So we could see some differentiating routes, and I do see a fort, I believe, for Budgie. So they at least do have that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a game of how many chests do you pick versus just starting the trades instantly. I mean, you're already at the top here, so I'm a fan of picking a couple more, but
so like, would you, if you get the seed and ranked, right? You get the seed and ranked. Are you checking all top 3 chests before you start your route, or are you just grabbing this middle one and going?
I don't think all 3. I would have definitely checked the middle one. It looks like Budgie just kind of ignored it. I would like.
I think Budgie's
like
gonna
mining
break
it. Yeah, just punches the piglin. That's kind of scary. Was it a sword pig?
No, I think he's
damage.
just good. Yeah, I think he's just good. Tudorule doing the same punch. Gonna be in here, but this Piglin's in a little bit of a weird spot and goes off the block. Oh, disaster. Well, Tudorule has this guy to deal with, though. Both fine.
Yeah.
No deaths, decent health management, and 10 bread will be fine here.
So it
Tudorule has
looks like
16
Tudo's
obby.
Pyring.
Tudo was Pyrain. I believe Budgie did see the fortress. It could have just been fog, maybe not. Yeah, Tudorule is Budgie is switching the pie chart because Budgie did see it. Tudorule did check more chests up top, though, has way more obby compared to Budgie. Now, it is ranked. We'll see if the obby trades actually matter or not, but Tudorule 17 obby to Budgie's 6 right now.
That's a huge difference.
That's massive.
I wouldn't be surprised if one's leaving faster than the other because you need 20 obby. Yeah, I feel like it's very rare to be playing home portal seeds. Especially with this, it'd be like a ravine. It's like not as nice as spawning on a lava pool on the surface.
No, they're definitely gonna play for 20. I mean, the thing is though, like Budgie might have to check this side chest here, like the one underground, like do the little like boat through crawl thing. Tudo will not have to waste time doing that, and we'll get just having 20 earlier. Like Budgie might have to just wait for trades.
19 obby on the hotbar?
Oh, it is 19.
Oh no. But Budgie knows where Fort is, doesn't have to pyrite, so it saves a little bit of time there. But I think oh my gosh, they've been in the same spot the whole time. Yeah,
this is very close right now, but I think the difference is Tudorule is going to be able to leave. Yeah, and Budgie is not.
I'll be here. No, I'll be there. Was it one of the top
It is in this single. I believe it's right here.
Right here? Okay. Bang. So loses a bit of time, gets a gold block, though, can make gold picks. And you know what I really think is interesting about Tudorule's play? If you look at their screen, offhanding the gravel.
Ooh,
I feel like I don't see anybody doing that. I think this is the first time I've ever seen that. I believe that's so while you're stacking up, you can be charging your axe to crit blazes faster.
That is very interesting. That's a great point to bring up. I actually don't see that a lot either. Now, one thing that could be interesting, depending on the terrain, as Tudorule does get to the spawner. Oh my god, yeah, a little scary from Budgie there.
Got enough though.
I think this terrain is very open, but if it's not, Tudorule did use the gold block that Budgie got in that chest to trade, so potentially no gold pickaxes for Tudorule, but gold pickaxes for Budgie. But again, I'm not sure if that's going to really matter in this terrain. But Budgie is a good, I would say, 20 to 25 seconds behind right now. So might need something like that.
Scary.
Interesting here.
So we got how many rods? I can't tell. Is that 3?
3 for Tudo. And Budgie still has a blaze bedded. Yeah.
Yeah, feels a lot slower now. Just that not checking that side chest for the obby. Just is all the difference on the seed so far, it feels like. A little bit of mechanical differences. Tudo's already got the portal built, just waiting for blazes, changing the pie chart. Literally waiting. Do they have everything overlapped?
Tudo does a great job of just like lining everything up and just being kind of organized. This is what we're talking about, right? Like both of these players are so cerebral. Like Tudorule is just chilling. Like Tudorule knows exactly what Tudorule needs to do and is just completely chilling. Has 6 rods. Gonna decide to leave really awkward portal spot.
Oh yeah, do you just throw here? I think throwing here is just correct. You're gonna have to burn an eye, but you know the angle. So hopefully they can see this one. It's gonna be close. And we're chilling. And
Budgie just doesn't have to deal with that. So that's going to be a bit of a time save for Budgie.
Portal. Yeah. Good couple of seconds. Really what's happening to that eye? Was it being moved by the water?
No.
It looked like it was moving sideways.
Oh my god, look at this overlap from Tudorule, though. You might be tripping.
I might be tripping. I think
it might have been the water, though. It might have been people in the chat. I did not see like what happened. I think
it might just be me.
Yeah, the water death scripted. I mean, Tudorule threw like 3 eyes there at least.
Yeah, I've never seen. And is Budgie leaving? Budgie's ahead.
Budgie's out. Budgie's out. I mean, there were so many little things, right? Like the raids were just great. Had some more strays. Has the gold pickaxes now too. And this could be a massive play. And this is so interesting because like I don't think Tudorule made a wrong play in checking that chest earlier, but because Budgie checked that chest like last after all the trades, like just gets a free gold block that Tudorule doesn't have.
How is Tudo so far behind now? Is that a spike? It looks like they're doing hitbox preemptive. I don't know these numbers as well.
It's a little bit wonky. Not an amazing spike. It is a 2-way stronghold, so it could potentially be a little bit farther than normal. Tough to do preemptive here.
We got a creeper. Tudo's got a crank.
I mean,
Gotta
here's the
catch
thing
up.
though.
Oh,
If you
creeper.
look on the ceiling, it's ocean exposed, right? Like you see the water droplets. So why not check up a little bit? Maybe it worked for Eric in the previous game.
It did.
Why not take advantage of knowing that this is ocean exposed and potentially see if you can just see it? I'm curious if Tudorule is going to make a play for that.
We'll see. Tudo's going this side door now, though.
Yeah, and I think Budgie
Same
just
decision
went through here as well. They're literally
and
at the same.
Here. Oh my gosh,
spot.
they're caught up again.
Wow. Both players
Tudo's
probably
in
want to
first.
eat. Oh my god.
Tudo does have about a second of stream delay ahead, though.
That is actually true. Yeah, wait, that's actually true.
Blows
Tudo
up
broke
the
the crystal
tower!
though.
Or
It
crystal.
might not matter. The dragon
no.
might stay. It has like a 30% chance of staying. It looks like it has.
And it not
for
punished,
Tudorule.
not punished. But this could come down to crossbow 0.
Oh my god.
But it looks like, did Budgie push higher?
I think
And
Budgie
it
might have pushed higher.
flies.
And it flies, yeah. Wow.
Budgie pushed higher. And it looks like it's just going to be a clean finish. Wow.
Real match.
That's what you want to see in ranked playoffs. This is why we're here watching right now. For the close matches, for the sub 9, hitting the crystal, but the dragon doesn't fly, then it flies a second later.
Unbelievable match. I mean, just
Love
back
this.
and forth throughout, right? Like they were
so
so
back
close.
and forth.
Tudo takes a little bit of a lead, then Budgie takes a lead,
Mm-hmm.
then Tudorule brings it back. I mean, phenomenal game. Wow. I think the big thing there that really added back up was the goal picks, and that's just such a random thing you can't account for. I mean, look at this. The green is just back and forth the whole match.
Oh,
Plus minus 0-0 entered the end split. I mean, that's incredible.
insane. I didn't realize it was that close. Yeah, and just the stronghold
Unbelievable.
was so like 30 seconds different.
Yeah.
Just Tudo deciding to go right initially instead of checking down mid. It's like decisions like that can win or lose you the game.
Budgie, I mean, Budgie made up 50 seconds pretty much from entered fort to finding stronghold, which is just crazy.
That is absurd.
Definitely some stray action. Would be really curious to see just kind of what was going on. Like, is it really just strays and gold pickaxes? Did Tudo just take more time finding the spawner that we didn't realize while we were looking for the obby? Like, really, really interesting stuff there. And just a phenomenally well-played seed, really, from both runners. And it's just the better player took it right now. I mean, that was just a slightly better played from Budgie, gave more time in the stronghold, and then ends up hitting the 0 and not the crystal. Deserved victory for seed 1 here.
I agree. Totally agree. Love that match.
Really, really impressive. I mean,
hoping to see similar things in the future. You know, I'm always hoping for going to that game 5. You know,
absolutely. So okay, so what were the seed bans again? They were Ruin Portal and Village. So we got Desert Temple and Buried Treasure.
Yep.
Your Tudorule. You just lost this game. You're down 0-1. What are you picking?
I'm picking probably Desert Temple.
Just because it's like a little bit more like is it like Shipwreck and Buried Treasure are kind of so similar?
I'm just scared of that 70%. I just look back at that and I'm like 70% win on the Buried Treasure. Right? Was that it?
No, it was 71 for Ruin Portal.
Never mind then. I'm picking Ruin Portal because it sounds cool.
No, you can't. I'm gonna win it. It's banned, you silly goose. You can't pick Ruin Portal. It's banned.
I meant. Did I say Ruin Portal? I meant Desert Temple. Sorry, this is my first time commentating.
No, it's
Brain's
okay.
kind of all over the place.
It's all good. I think honestly, like Desert Temple, I think like is just when you have like Shipwreck and Buried Treasure are just so similar. Like you're basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like. I think just getting that mental reset, like, okay, let's go to the desert. Let's play like the Mario 64 desert, like bwom, bwom. And then just like mentally reset yourself. Then we can go to BT for game 3. And then and then it's back in action, right? So like, I think this could work. It is definitely like a completely different mindset. So I'm excited to see what ends up getting picked. I don't know if we have that yet. We do.
Maybe, oh.
And it is Desert Temple. We're so smart. We're so smart.
We're just kind of on it. You know, we're Minecraft players. We know what's going on.
It's good. I mean, TNT's just fun. Desert Temple's just fun. Building lava portals is fun. Everything about Desert Temple is just a fun seed. Somewhere Feinberg is smiling. I'm excited to hop into this one. I'm excited to see what ends up happening. And if Tudorule can win this, we're guaranteed to at least go to game 4. That means that maybe those bans can matter. That would be really awesome. So we'll see what happens here. But this is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a lot different from the last seed. Very excited to see how these players handle the food. That's really the main thing in Desert Temple that I watch out for. In my opinion, it is the most.
I totally agree.
like seed type overworld compared to everything else. It is just there's so much stuff. And we see in the chat from Tudorule said Ender Eye dancing. So whatever you saw, Parker, Tudorule definitely saw too. That is crazy.
Do you think that's gonna affect their mentality at all? You know, you have some things that are gonna happen that aren't in your control. Like, do you think Tudo is gonna get slightly tilted by that? Do you think they just think of it and shake it off? Clearly, they mentioned it.
Yeah, clearly they're thinking about it. I think Tudorule's the type of player where him mentioning it is more like, this is just very silly. Like, it's more like the silly thing. I don't think Tudorule is actually upset. But it is an interesting thing. Like, it is like no one's ever had to deal with that before. We see 3 diamond, 5 iron here.
Love
very obvious, very linear thing. Like, we're not going to see shears. It's going to be a diamond pickaxe. That's always fun. We got to see some lava for a lava pool. And immediately we're seeing a little bit of a difference in playstyle. Tudorule insta on a tree while Budgie is going for gravel first.
Yeah. I personally, I feel like it can vary a little bit. I like going for flint first, just then, like, I don't know. It just depends, like, if there's water close, because you're going to need to go back to get your bucket. But if you blow up the trees here, you can grab the bucket instantly, and then you're just going to have that flint and steel to kill animals.
I think I agree with you, because I think it's nice to have the flint and steel while you're going in here for the animals, because now Tudorule, like, is going towards the desert for this, and then is just going to have to go backwards for animals.
Yeah. You see this flint or the TNT placement to get that flint? Never seen that before.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, honestly, like, I don't know if I love it. I think it's like okay, but I think like doing it the way that Budgie and Eric and kind of everyone else has so far is, I think, just a little bit nicer. It's a little bit. I don't know. I just don't see the necessity in placing all those blocks. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not playing in these games.
I mean, you got a lot of blocks to burn, I guess.
That is true.
Oh,
it's absolutely true.
There.
I think we just have enough of everything.
Lava pool.
Yeah, I mean, that Budgie's going to be leaving here first. I think the linearity of grabbing the gravel when he did it just kind of works out nicely here.
And Bolt is going to be leaving 7 steak. Oh, but Budgie burns one of the steak already. Eating
Budgie did eat a steak. I think
it's, you usually want to be eating rotten flesh, especially when you're in the overworld.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
Like, you're not in danger of dying. You just want to get your health back up without wasting your good food.
Yeah,
both building a portal, both offhanding bucket. Oh no, never mind. Budgie doesn't offhand.
It's okay. I mean, this is just like this is so close though. Oh my god!
Oh, Insta Bastion again. Stables.
Oh, this is great to watch. Triple the gap right away.
A gap? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it was a gap.
Love
for
triple
Budgie.
the gap.
It's
like my favorite thing in this development.
Weird
is that a treasure? No, that's a fort. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
You're good. You're
big
good.
box, and I was like, "There's no way it's double Bastion."
No. That would be crazy. That would be devious. I mean, we've had the toolsmith devious. That would be another level.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But why is so? Here's my question. Budgie saw this as a good gap. Is it worth it for Pigs to not just play normal triple gap here and go from here? Because he's gonna go down to this mid, and it's not gonna break this chest. I think it's for the obby play actually in the single. Yeah, this is a really interesting play here. And they're actually going to both get rewarded because it's a double good gap. So now they don't even have to bring it all the way to the other side. And they just get this. And then they just get this weird pig. They both have this like weird damage potentially. Budgie a little bit ahead. I mean, this was really impressive. Like, that is...
Yeah. Did Budgie check top chest? They did, right?
Yeah, Budgie checked top chest. Okay. I think this just shows, like, how high of a skill ceiling the Stables Bastion is right now. Like, both players played this so well. And I think... comparatively to like the last couple ranked seasons, I'm not sure how prevalent triple the gap was like in last season. I think it was still prevalent, but like what we just saw now would have never been seen in season 5. Like that was really impressive gameplay from both runners, and it just shows like there's still stuff being found. Like Stables has so many little intricacies that can still be done. This is really impressive.
Look at Budgie pyring up at the second backup goal block. Like I've never seen that before. Like digging into the bastion.
You've never seen that? No, it's a really that's a cool play. That's a really cool one. And it is interesting that Budgie has to pyrate here because Tudorule did see the fortress. Like you saw the fort even.
True, yeah.
So
Budgie's treasure. Maybe Budgie thinks it's treasure, you know? Maybe he's thinking he needs to go get the looting sword at the bottom. Probably not thinking that, but
listen, that would be tech. Let me tell you, that would be tech. It looks like both players are pretty much done. I mean, 20 obby, over 2 stacks of pearls, over 2 stacks of string. No fire res, really. Now we finally have fire res, and Tudorule's out and found a great way to leave. Oh, Budgie also found a great way to leave. Okay, Budgie has found the fortress. That's great for Budgie. And Tudorule on the fort. I mean, this is close still. Budgie having some strays here, but Tudorule's already at the spawner, so sure. Budgie does get the 2 strays here, but I don't know if it's going to pay off when Tudorule's already Blaze TNT.
Yeah, I love being at the spawner earlier. I feel like there's very few situations where playing strays is just going to work out, like versus being at a spawner just instantly, you know?
Yep. I think I agree with you here. I think it is going to work out slightly better for Tudorule, but Tudorule is actually going to a second. I don't know where Tudorule went, actually. Tudorule dipped for a little bit, maybe killed a stray, but came back. And now here's the TNT from Budgie. So both players around the same point. Budgie building portal pretty much insta. Has to clean a little bit more of this spawner, but that's completely okay. And again, both runners kind of in the same spot. I think it's pretty close to even because of the strays that Budgie got. But neither player has a rod yet, actually. So it'll really be the tell. There's the rod for Tudorule. So Tudorule is ahead, and we'll see by how much when this next cycle spawns. Looks like Budgie's doing a lot of inventory management here. Really interesting to see. A lot of like not even crafting, just like real like getting organized, stuff in the right positions.
Yeah, throwing out iron nuggets to make sure that you don't have spare when you craft it.
Yeah, like all that like tiny micro. Also, something I don't know if you've seen this recently. This is I don't know if Danny created this tech. I'm calling it the Danny Boy tech because he doesn't shut up about it. This button.
It's wither.
Goodness gracious! Oh my goodness! I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Budgie just needs to not panic.
Okay,
there we go.
Continue with the. We're talking about button tech?
The wood button on top of the spawner. If you put a button on top of the spawner, it doesn't allow it to have fire. So you don't have to worry about ever removing fire from the spawner. It's just a button. So
I love the tech. I don't know like about sacrificing every time for it, but like if you have TNT, you don't want to aggro anything around buttons. It's just there. Good overlap.
It's a very silly thing I've seen a little bit more recently, and I think that's what Budgie was trying to do, and then just got a wither in his face.
Not great. But both measuring. Tudor has to throw 2 eyes. We'll see if Budgie also does. Budgie also throwing 2 eyes.
Yeah, throwing the 2 eyes.
There.
I think the main thing right now. Yeah, I think the main thing right now is both players have managed their food well. Budgie, a little bit less so, is going to have to eat here, probably re-entering just to keep the saturation up. Might have to hold off. But both players, like, Tudorule has 4. Budgie is going to save on the steak, which I think is correct. Oh, yeah, it does save. Okay,
almost
I think it's correct. I was debating the play back and forth. But Tudorule 1 steak ahead right now. We'll see if that ends up mattering on the pearl throws to the bastion. And Tudorule's out, or to the coordinates. I'm sorry.
Stronghold?
Yeah, exactly.
You're good. Did we see how far it was? It was pretty far. They had to throw the 2 eyes. Was it?
I did not see the exact chords, but yeah, it's definitely not super close. But I mean, Tudorule is just ahead by, I would say, close to 20 seconds, if not more. And it looks like Budgie has to wait another cycle that Tudorule does not have to wait. Oh, but it's quick.
Here we go. Not too bad. Still,
it should be that last blaze. Yeah. So he's out. Both players out. Tudorule did not take like the most phenomenal pearls to this spot. Does crank phenomenally like on this last bit here, but did take a little bit of time. Maybe Budgie can catch up a bit. This looks like a pretty good spike for Tudorule, though. Has the chance to even the series down 2 spiral staircases.
Yeah. I kind of want to see a Tudorule victory here. I thought that. Oh, there it is.
Great now from Tudorule. And Budgie's in the stronghold, but if Tudorule hits the 0, it does not matter. Caged. What's the O value?
Door is closing. Diamond 53. Pick. 53. Barely even buried. You know, can you really even call that buried when you have a diamond pickaxe too? Oh, yeah, but it's a tall tower. This matters.
It is It's 103.
No, 103.
It's 103. Tudorule's going up to the top to
do a lower side here, right?
Yeah, it has to go lower, but going this way is like kind of awkward dragon timing wise. Did get here really fast. I believe this is low. This is like lower than normal. No. Okay, he was just
I think we're fine.
Never mind.
Lots of beds too. Just don't be greedy with your beds. You should be okay. Got fire res. Don't have to worry about getting burned. Oh, that's low. Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Finishes it off. Wow.
Tudorule gets it.
Scary for Tudorule does get it, and Budgie was just lost in the stronghold anyway. That was really impressive nav from Tudorule to just absolutely nail it and put himself right back in this game 1-1.
Yeah, tied up. This is what I like to see. Love to see the ties until like the victory. Like no, like tie, you know, but like tie so that I can get the 5. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, what a phenomenally played seed. I think really the main thing there is Tudorule getting to the spawner a little bit earlier really benefited there. And we could see a lot quicker in the Bastion again for Tudorule. This is the second seed in a row that Tudorule kind of potentially handled the Bastion a little bit better, and Budgie just wasn't able to make up the time in the fort split this time. So very
And he
interesting
even
to see
loses
these two
time
runners.
getting to Stronghold. Yeah.
Yeah, loses time getting a stronghold. I mean, it was just, I think the stray play just made it so that it was unfortunate that Budgie just had to wait one more cycle. It could have been a little bit closer if Budgie didn't have to have that that first
True.
blaze from the next cycle for the last rod. But I mean, that's the plays you make. Obviously, you're going to kill those two blazes that are there. It's just unfortunate that it went the way that it did. But we are all tied up. We are going to be heading to a little bit of a break to go see Fulham. I don't know if Fulham's ready yet. We will see. He's not ready. I'm supposed to actually wait until Fulham says he's ready. So
Okay.
we're actually going to chill and hang out and have a great time and talk about the
Yeah, how are
matches
you
so
doing,
far.
chat?
I think we're doing great. I think that this is it's a really interesting seed so far. We know the next seed is going to be Buried Treasure. And we talked about it before this game. Like, this is exactly what Tudorule needed. A good mental reset on a completely different seed type.
Yeah. And which player had the combined RSG record? Was that Tudo?
That was MrBudgie.
MrBudgie.
Had that.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So maybe a little bit more used to RSG, which means Buried Treasure. Probably doesn't matter as much, especially in ranked. You get all the fake spikes eliminated, so it's not quite as tricky as like resetting, but should be an interesting match.
I think it is interesting. Like, I think Tudorule has like a little bit more experience on like the wonky seed types. I think Buried Treasure will be something that I'd probably favor Budgie a little bit too. But I mean, both these players play an exceptional amount of ranked. So I think it will just be a very even match. And we've seen it so far. Like, this is an incredibly even matchup from two very, very skilled speedrunners so far.
Indeed. And what I really like about this season is I feel like we're going to see a lot higher gameplay with the less common seed types. Like, because the percentages have changed in this season, right? So that it's a lot more even. You're playing more Rune Portal seeds. You're playing less Buried Treasure seeds. And so it's not so RSG pilled. And I'm excited to see how that changes with the gameplay. Because in playoffs, you're playing all the different seed types. And maybe in the past, you've been super good at Buried Treasures and maybe not the other seed types. But now you're getting a lot more experience with that.
Yeah,
So
I think it's a great point to mention, and I think like I'm glad that there was a little bit of like the season 7 where there is so many different seed types go like before playoffs started, and that'll be even more interesting to see next season. Fulham is ready for action. I've gotten the call from the big boss that Fulham is ready, so we are going to be tuning it over to Fulham. I'm very excited to see what we missed and go show Fulham some love. Let's see what he has to say. Fulham some love. Let's see.
These guys love to yap, huh? These guys are so good at yapping. I've been ready for like 2 minutes, but that's okay because we love to listen to them. Welcome, Curry and Rekrap, to the booth. Everyone say hello. This is fantastic. I'm really, really glad to see some new faces in the booth and some new voices as well. I'm still here. I'm still the same. I'm sorry. You can't get rid of me that easily. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be getting into this this top 16 anytime soon. So you've got no worries about that. I'm not going to be taking a dip on you guys. Let's go back to seed number 1, where we saw these runners pretty much at a tied game when it got to the end. Let's just focus back on a big difference that happened in the Bastion here. Tudorule and Budgie both grabbed this single top chest. There was 2 single ramparts on the left. And if I just dash back to here real fast, as Tudorule runs down, the big difference between these two runners here is that in the case of Budgie, Budgie goes off to the left and grabs this middle chest. Well, in fact, doesn't grab this middle chest until later. But goes down this middle rampart and loops the pigs around and goes down. However, as we see, Tudorule goes down this rampart, grabs the lower chest in the double, then loops back and takes the gap play. I know that looks a little bit confusing, but this is the first important thing. Budgie goes down and through the middle, whereas Tudorule goes round the outside. They just grab one chest each, or have the option of grabbing one chest each, but Tudorule's chest is a lot better, able to get all of the obsidian that he's going to need, as well as 1 extra gold block for trading. Notice that he comes down, grabs this, and this is the chest that both runners really needed. Grabbing all of the obsidian that he's going to need for the rest of the run, as well as a little bit of gold to distract if necessary during this route here. And in the next part of this run, there is a slight thing that I believe everyone picked up on. This is something that I have never seen before. And now, obviously, we've seen eyes measured underwater. And the water difference doesn't matter if it is still water. However, in this case, of course, we're seeing a waterfall out of a mountain. We're seeing this flow down the entire mountain. You can see that the crosshair is lined up here. It is... wow, that line is wonky. You can see that it's very well lined up. Straight, pretty much dead straight up. This is where the eye is going. And now let's have a look at where this eye goes in just a second. Where did it do that for? Why did it do that for? Why did it hop off to the left? Or to the right, even? Why did it go... Whoa. Scooches off to the right. It literally comes up and takes a diversion because of the flowing water, which is awesome. I mean, it sucks if you're Tudorule, but it's awesome because I've never seen that interaction before. So that is a really, really, really hype moment. However, all of that time save that Tudorule gained from finding that obsidian chest earlier is lost for the fact that he has to throw a third pearl here. He noticed it a little bit too late, goes for another throw, and it obviously happens again because he's throwing it into the flowing water. Notice, this time it's going back and forth because why? Because what the hell? What the hell is going on? This time he realizes, actually, I'm not going to measure it here. Let's just move to the right a little bit so that then we don't get it dragged inside the water. And there we go. Is able to get the measurement off. And it is only 360 blocks away. However, crazily, after all three eyes are thrown, he is in the end at the same time. Now, I've got these two zeros separately because, of course, Tudorule hits the crystal here, which is a big deal. Even though he pushes high, the dragon does fireball. It does seem to be on the same node that it's locked to. It does fly down, and he is able to get the first bed off. But as soon as he gets that first bed off, of course, the dragon does fly, which does suck a little bit. Comparatively, however, even though Tudorule was able to enter the end pretty much at the same time as Budgie, Budgie does not hit the crystal with his first pearl. Instead, Budgie is able to throw a really nice pearl towards the middle of the island, get a nice pearl up to the side, good height, and is able to crank up, I believe, a little bit higher than Budgie as well. I think he pushes 99. He does. And as we see, is able to get the bed off. Really, really good zero cycle from Budgie here, and is able to take the first seed 1-0. But in the second seed, let's note Budgie and Tudorule's interesting triple to gap route. Now, both commentators did pick up on this. I've just clipped Budgie's stream here for convenience. Both runners did this exact same route, grabbing this chest, breaking it to aggro more piglins, coming down here on the left, and Budgie deals with another pig at the bottom of the rampart really, really nicely as well, as we're going to see in just a second. Extra pig, able to right-click it, no worries about that whatsoever, and grabs all the gold and all the pigs. A really, really comfortable route from both of these runners, able to take it away. However, as we saw just subsequently, Budgie did have to pie chart, noticing that the fortress was this way. However, Tudorule, of course, saw it on the way to the bastion, meaning that even though Budgie was slightly in the lead, Tudorule was able to take a lead after the bastion split. Tudorule, again, having to measure two eyes here. Notice the offsets that are in the top right corner. It must be an awkward angle at 114.63. That is a multiple of 15. No, it's not. So I have no idea why 114.63 is going to be an angle that picks up 3 strongholds. Clearly, it's a very nice multiple of something, because it is multiple... it is picking up multiple different stronghold locations, even with a green boat eye. Hence, that means that we are directly on an angle which is intersecting with multiple different strongholds. 30% is the maximum percentage chance of hitting the stronghold after that first eye. And both of these runners had to throw 2 eyes here. So, gratefully, the second eye does not break, and instead, 1900 distance was measured for both of these runners, both of them spawning in a very similar spot with a very similar portal build. And then we see some absolutely beautiful navigation by Tudorule after attempting to grab that log there. anytime today. Fantastic. Here we go. They are in the stronghold now and notices the spike perfectly down left. Goes left. Double spiral staircase down this corridor. Some people would turn back at this point, but instead he goes right and spots it. It's pretty deep. And we noticed that Budgie was not able to find it so perfectly. Tudorule, really, really good nav. After missing entity distance twice, he does get there in the end. Only 2 deep buried and a very, very nice zero cycle prepless. Able to head up here. It is 103, I believe the tower was. And he drops down for a side setup after going to the top, which is very nice. And perfectly measures out the Y height. Really, really comfortable. Really, really good zero cycle here. Sets up that second diagonal bed during the zero cycle. Really comfortable. Was going to go for a bow shot there. Pulled out of it last second, and I'm glad he did because he was comfortably in the lead. And if anything was to go wrong there, anything could have happened. But at the moment, we are at 1 seed apiece. Remember, this is a best of 5. That means first to 3. And so we're going to at least see 2 more seeds. Can we see Budgie or Tudorule take a 3-1, or will we get to see a seed 5? Who knows? I will send you back to our booth, and I'm not going to be saying Feinberg and Nerdy. You guys are going to be sent back to Curryway and Recrap, and I'm really excited to see these next 2 seeds. I may be seeing you again in this match. See you guys.
Hello.
Thank you, Fulham. That was a very good job. I forget who said it in chat. I think it was Beef Salad. Fulham looks so cozy in that little pullover thing he's got going on. Little roasting by the fire. He looks so nice over there. It looks so nice. Great analysis. I love the stronghold explanation. I think that's a really good call. I mean, this match has been really close so far. Is there anything that stands out to you from watching? Maybe as a player that you're like, oh, that was a really cool thing. I want to do that in my rank speedruns. Anything that you've noticed that is really interesting to you? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know. No, nothing immediately. I'm just thinking about the water scene. That's all my mind's going to, because that's just I've just never seen that before.
No, that was awesome.
I thought I was tripping. The eye was wiggling horizontal instead of vertical. I don't know.
No,
there's probably something. Maybe I'll watch them back, and because clearly these are all top level runners, and it's so much
great.
fun.
I completely missed the Tudorule eye thing when it happened, and I got to see it when Fulham was talking about it. I was like, what are you guys talking about? And then I see it, and the eye is dancing. The eye is dancing. We have channels for each player's match when they talk about it. And Tudorule after the game was like, Budgie, you have no idea what my eye was doing. You have no idea.
And 2 eyes at that.
Yeah, 2.
I can't remember how many broke, but that can matter.
So silly. That was so awesome. So, I mean, listen, you never know what's going to happen during ranked playoffs. We are getting moved on here to the seed selection. We already know what this is going to be. It's going to be buried treasure. It's buried treasure. We know this is the last seed type left. I'm curious, if I'm playing this game, okay, who do you whose seed ban do you think matters more here, right? I think Tudorule's the one that banned Ruin Portal because of Budgie having such a high win rate. But I wonder what the thought process is from Budgie. It's so interesting.
Sorry, say again. My camera just turned off. And I'm trying to fix that.
Nice. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just thinking both players will have going into game 4, the seed bans will be lifted. So that's big. So which seed ban being lifted is the one that you think matters more, right? Is it Ruin Portal? Having that 71% win rate back open for Budgie, especially if let's say Budgie wins this, then loses game 4 and can have game 5 on that really comfortable game. Or is it something where Tudorule is begging to play a village or something? I don't know why Budgie banned village, but maybe just has some insider info. Really interesting, but we do have to get through this. Yeah, Ruin Portal is just that is the big one, right? That's just going to be so big. And I think it'll be really interesting. I mean, the seeds so far have been really fast, but I think every seed so far today has been sub 10. I think every seed so far today has been sub 10, which is really impressive. Maybe seed 2 for Eric was not sub 10. I actually don't remember. But it's been fast. It's been a fast day. So players are playing above their average right now, which is really good to see. And we can head over here. They're getting ready to go.
All right.
And Parker's camera's back. It's beautiful.
I'm back. It dies occasionally. I don't really know what happens.
We have the same camera. I got to help you with that. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, true. We'll do that off call.
So silly. Yeah.
We got insta buried treasure.
Tudorule found this
a little behind.
Tudorule found this so fast. That was really impressive. No TNT?
No TNT.
Look at us.
Thinking the same thing. Bro, we're in sync. We're in sync.
Tudorule does have a chicken looking at him. Beautiful. I don't see any kelp. And is going to save. So here's the interesting thing. And I think a lot of ranked players do this. Is like we have 11 gold right now, right? Like we're just not even thinking about crafting anything gold wise because like doing everything with iron is so fast. And having that gold for trading is something that I've learned more recently is just so beneficial. Like just having those extra trades when you're on like 19 obby or like having that like 1 extra gold or in this case 11 is so impactful and can be so impactful depending on like what you need from the bastion.
Do you think it's ever correct to craft a golden helmet for that? Because like in Bridge, you're always going to craft a golden helmet. But like some of the bastions, maybe having the 5 extra gold, like it can matter, like you were saying.
I think you just keep the gold, and the main thing is like like neither player has it on their hopper right now, obviously because they're doing overworld stuff. But like, who remembers it? And Tudorule again. This is the second time Tudorule messed up this portal, and here's
this is
the
bad.
problem. This is a bad portal to mess up. Exactly. This is a really, really, really bad portal to mess up. I mean, like,
there's like a cave.
Wait, is
Sorry,
Budgie
I cut you off.
What? No, you're good. Like, is Budgie just in a completely different, maybe just a completely different magma ravine or something? Tudorule did a pretty solid job fixing this. Oh, never mind.
Oh no! Did it get the lava? Ghost bucket. Bad news. Got it.
Wow.
We're safe. We're chilling.
I mean, look at this though. Budgie's just like in the nether.
The drain. Such a
the drain is tough.
Tudorule was building so much before Budgie, and Budgie just made up all the time.
Yeah, I believe Budgie has the fort as well behind. Saw the fortress, and we have another housing bastion. Or I believe this is the first. I think they played. What are they? Oh wait, is this another? No, I'm like I can't tell.
We've had a couple housing.
No, this is another
we
stable.
Had 2 stables in a row. Wait,
I think this is the 3rd stables in a row. I think this is triple stables with lava.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Sorry, I can't read Quake Pro Terrain. This is crazy. So I think the play here for Budgie is you just play double triple because the 3rd one is lava-y. And then if you need the gold from that last one, then you kind of deal with it later after the fact. Because like this lava is going to be so weird. But we already see like a massive difference between the runners. And again, Tudorule just had like 47 obsidian in the chest that he just opened. Like didn't end up grabbing it because he's just trying to start trading the gold. But will go back up to that chest and now knows that like Budgie. Really all we need here. Oh my god, Budgie did not see the lava or something. Oh my gosh. Like, what are we doing
Still
here?
Still alive though.
Scary.
I don't even know which rampart this is.
This is the middle one. But it's just like not because
the same thing. Look at Tudo. I love this. Making a hole where nobody makes a hole.
Phenomenal play from Tudorule. Yeah, and that's just absolutely right. Like we just didn't think about like sure the lava was on the 3rd rampart, but it is gonna flow down like into this little hole, and we just completely forgot about that. And now Tudorule is gonna have, I think, a big advantage here with how he's handled this. And that is just like we talked about it in the pre-show. Like this guy's creativity and really both players' creativities are so impressive. Like they both handled that situation differently, but neither died in a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. Especially when like the longer ranked is a thing, the more refined it gets and the more you're like, okay, when this happens, I make this decision. And so seeing creative plays like this, it feels like it's getting rarer and rarer, but I love to see the creativity.
Yeah, that was like really, really impressive. Now Tudorule's going to get all that obby. Knows he has it 23-3 on the obsidian count right now. Obviously, that can change in a split second, but I mean, Tudo knows where the fort is. He's in a really good spot. The piglins are done trading, and I think we're going to be out here. I mean, overstack of string, overstack of glowstone, 2 stacks of pearls. Like, we're out of here.
Yeah, and Budgie's still only on 14 obby.
Yeah,
don't know
gonna get it in this chest.
He's checked yet. There's some crying.
Has to check the one with lava, and it just hasn't checked it yet.
19. Oh,
and he's not going for it. He hasn't checked the chest yet. He still hasn't checked it. Oh no! There's the fort.
The fort. Pearl hang.
Surely he grabs that triple chest.
Please, obby. Boom. We're safe. 22 with the gold block. Can make gold picks.
This is the same situation as the first seed.
Yeah.
Tudorule is in the fort first. But now Budgie has an extra gold block for gold picks that Tudorule doesn't have. And Tudorule, and this is just because Budgie, in my opinion, just misplayed. Like missed the triple goal, like the triple with the 20 million obsidian in it. And it's just really, really interesting to see if that pays off because this looks like some really awkward terrain. These gold picks might come in handy later.
Yeah, and we're seeing both of them just decide to ignore this first spawner. We got lava everywhere, don't want to deal with it. Budgie's got some wither skeletons looking around in a different spot for the second spawner. Tudorule still looking for the second spawner. I don't know if either of them have seen it yet. Maybe it's... No, that's the first one.
I think Tudorule's going just back to the spawner, like just has to play it, I think. He's going to keep looking, going down this hallway.
Preempting.
And
Here
finds
it is.
it. Wow.
And Budgie's still lost. But Budgie's going back to the same spawner again, just behind Tudorule at this point.
And is going to go the right way. We know the spawner's here. It's to the right. Boom. There it is. So Tudorule and Budgie at the same spawner. Now, Budgie did get some strays. Budgie, I think, has 3 rods right now. I'm not sure how many Tudorule has, but that could be something that kind of, again, gives Budgie a little bit of an edge right now. Very, very interesting decision-making from both runners. Budgie up to 4 rods. I'm not sure. Tudorule also on 4 rods. So this is a pretty dead heat right now.
It's hard to tell who's ahead.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Crafting.
Big crafting here. I mean, iron bars for both runners. Ground zero on the table.
Oh, man. Gold picks. Love it to see it. I think they're
Tudorule does have gold pickaxes.
Has even more gold than Budgie.
Wow, I did not realize Tudorule had so much extra gold. So that is going to be a big play here, and is just going to have the gold picks to play. And both players are literally blinding like at the same time. So we are just in another deadlock.
Virtually same portals. Both crafting, both throwing eyes. This is what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we're here on the Feinberg channel watching
really
playoffs.
Fast. I think so far Budgie has had just the cleaner end games when they are in this like 50-50. So if Budgie can just have another solid end game, it could be his to go for. But maybe this is where Tudorule can bring it back. Has a really nice pearl hang out of here and so many gold picks. Like the thing about these players is they're both so organized. Like they're just they have never, like, not once during this entire thing have we been like, okay, their inventory management is bad. Like they are both on fire with that stuff. And Tudorule is out. Gets knocked off though. Oh my god, and the pearl lands before.
So scary.
Oh my gosh, it got shot off by something.
And Tudorule's already building the portal.
Yeah.
Like it felt like they were so neck and neck, and then suddenly Tudorule is in the stronghold, but Budgie seems to be right here.
Budgie's right here, but also like didn't make the gold picks, and that's going to cost a little bit of time here. Plus, like, I think Budgie's pearl hang was just worse than Tudorule's. I think Tudorule's pearl hang was just phenomenal. Tudo has been better at nav so far and finds the portal. What a pearl.
Through the little gap. Okay, see the 0.
Wow.
Can lock it out
I
here.
believe it's through that thing that Budgie's at. Is it not right there? It is. Same portal, but it might be too late. This is a pretty easy 0 tower. It's 99. It's 91. Going to go to 99. Front again. Plenty of time for Tudorule and has an incredible amount of explosives. This should just be game.
Miss the crossbow.
Misses the crossbow. A little bit awkward now. If Budgie potentially, it's so much damage though. I think regardless of any stream delay, Tudorule is gonna take it.
Wow.
1 heart should just
Sub
be fine.
9.
Really, really well played from Tudorule in that end game to secure the win over Budgie. Wow. What a game.
Wow, indeed.
Phenomenal end game from Tudorule.
Don't blow yourself up. I don't like when people fill in the,
I don't like it either.
Anchor. It's like there's like a 1% chance you just blow yourself up, and I don't like taking it.
Frick,
my camera's off again. Yeah,
I know, it's okay.
Tutorial at some point.
MCSR rank sponsored by Elgato. Just kidding, it's not yet, but surely soon. Elgato, please hit our line. Thank you. Last seed splits, very impressive. You can see finding the stronghold. 1 second difference, 1 second difference, and then 20-second difference to entering the end. A phenomenal pearl hang from Tudo. Just had such high ground on the terrain there. Could just see exactly where he needed to go. And phenomenal pearls getting there. Gold pick really paid off. And the pearl in the stronghold was just the icing on the cake. Really, really well done.
Loved that pearl.
It was great. It just feels so nice, like going through there. You just feel like a superhero or something. It's so cool.
It didn't even hunger reset too. Like it was on kind of low health, but has the salmon and just
cranked it. Like just absolutely cranked it. And you could see like just again Budgie having the advantage going into the Bastion, but Tudorule potentially being the person now playing the cleaner end games. And that was a really awkward fort. I think Tudorule just handled it a little bit better. And just those micro time saves of inventory, the pearl hang, everything like that, it just adds up to 20 seconds of time save that Tudorule can use to win, along with checking that chest earlier for the obby.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the obby stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what a bastion! Like honestly, like so phenomenal that both players like really handled the situation of not dying well. Like that was kind of insane. Like these are the top level players, right? Like there's so many times like I'm probably dying there. There's lava, like I don't know what I'm doing. The quick decision making is really, really impressive. And we're gonna head to us. We're gonna head to us.
Hello.
Hey, look at us. It's us again. So now we got to this point. It's 2-1 Tudorule. It's Budgie's pick. I mean, this has to be Ruin Portal, right? This has to be the 71% Ruin Portal pick.
Surely.
I mean,
and Budgie needs it.
Budgie needs
this.
Right
here.
It would have been nice. Budgie probably wanted to save this for like seed 5 if it was possible. But I mean, you get it now. You got to be confident. You got to know, like, listen, this is how I've played well for 800 games. So, I mean, what's Ruin Portal percentage? It's like 5 or 10%. So you've played like 40 to 50 Ruin Portal games where you just absolutely are beating anyone. You have a Dugile level win rate on this seed type. Like you got to have confidence in yourself. You got to just see what happens. And this is where metal hits the road. Like you gotta perform here. Is it going to be Ruin Portal or are we just yapping? It is Ruin Portal. This makes sense.
As predicted. We're just following the script here. You know, it's really cool that I get to see the script finally.
It is. I know, right? It'll give you an advantage going into season 7. It'll be really awesome. Now you know how it kind of works. Like you're ready to go. But again, the thing to remember about this Ruin Portal is, Budgie's win rate was so good, right? But what was it? Tudorule was what, 50 seconds faster or something? Like that is an unreal amount of time.
This is a battle between win rate and speed here.
It is. It's going to be like, if this is something where maybe it's something like gold carrots, like I would maybe prefer like Tudorule in that situation, but maybe Budgie's just much better at like handling food management and knowing how much food to get in something like this. That's where something like this can really, really add up. So really curious to see what happens here. Ruin Portal does not just insta-mean fast seed. Like there's a lot of different Ruin Portal types, but it does have the potential to be a really, really fast run. And again, the times we're seeing today are blistering. Every run in this match is sub Brentilda. Like we are cooking. We are absolutely cooking right now. So excited to see what they end up doing. Village is the only seed that hasn't been played. We have to see if it will in the map 5, but Budgie has to take control on this Ruin Portal seed, and we're going to see it right now. Here we go.
That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see a seed 5. I want to see a seed 5 Village seed craziness. Clutching the 0, but we gotta get through this.
If we go to seed 5, we get to see Fulham again. Oh my goodness!
True.
Wow, look at this
iron. Now, if we had
this is a fire res sword, so Tudorule just knows. This is something I actually caught in the chat earlier, and I think this play from Tudorule is phenomenal. And I'll explain why. So this, when you get, I don't know if you know this, I learned this from the chat. When you get a fire charge, one fire charge, and you have a sword, it is a guaranteed fire res sword or fire aspect sword. Because otherwise, like, that's how the game expects you, I guess, to get, like, your food, I think. Because it's giving you the light and stuff. So, assuming we're not getting lied to by the chat, unless you're 6+ Garrett's, assuming we're not getting lied to by the chat, that is a really interesting, like, metagaming type thing that you can kind of play for. And it looked like it is, because Tudorule, I mean, obviously you can read it, but, I mean, Tudorule, immediately going for those cows there is so nice because they spawn also in packs, right? So, when you take more time, they're going to spread out and stuff. But Tudorule instantly getting the sword, slamming the cows and the pigs, and then you just have your food instantly. So now, like, for Budgie, they're a little bit farther away from this Ruin Portal than they were originally.
Yeah, just like,
that could matter.
Huge. I never knew that.
So a little bit of tiny tech there. Ruin Portal, going to get the extra gold block as well for Tudorule. And now we are building the portal. Tudorule a little bit ahead here. Budgie building the leaves a little low. That's a little bit of a misplace, but we'll see if also Tudorule having this gold block on enter could be massive. I don't think Budgie has grabbed it, and it looks like is not going to grab it.
I mean, we've seen the gold block matter in the past, you know? I love gold picks. I feel like that's one of the things I've learned this season. From you, it's like gold picks are just so nice.
And I think, like, honestly, that's been
in the end, anywhere.
Yeah. It's been like a little bit of the story of this match too. I feel like every time someone crafts gold picks, like someone is winning the seed, like Tudorule craft them last time.
Yeah,
they end up paying off. Right. And it's another Stables Bastion.
Gosh.
Hello,
Stables Warriors, and we saw the fort too. I don't know if you saw it. Really close.
I did see the fort. Yeah. So we have had 4 Stables Bastions so far. I would be curious. Something we don't see in the win rate screen for the seed types is we don't see the players' win rates on Bastion. I would be curious if Budgie's Bastion win rate on Stables is lower than Tudorule's because Tudorule has seemed to play the Bastions a little bit better than Budgie so far. So maybe it's just like because it's just the same type over and over and over. It's something that Tudorule's a little bit more comfortable with than Budgie. But I do not have the stats on me to back that up right now. Very interesting, though.
Yeah, and look at this. They're already playing differently here. Tudo goes to the center. Budgie just playing straight on the triple, hoping for a gap, and gets it. But there's
very impressive stuff right now. Very impressive stuff. I mean, this is a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Tudorule is just like, I would say 10, 15 seconds ahead, if not more. And that's sizable already. And the fort is right there. So this seed is going to be pretty linear for the rest of it.
Yeah, is there terrain out the bottom? Can we tell? Are they going to be purling out from the bottom? They're going to have to find a different place? Is there a lava you can lava pearl into? Not sure.
Not sure either. Very interesting so far. I am trying to figure out right now if you can do a little bit of yapping to try and figure out what I'm looking into the stables win rates. I'm trying to do some R&D. I want to figure out the stables win rates.
So they're both trading the gap. Picks up the gold, throws it back in. We got pearls, string, 12 obby, crafting a blaze bed right now with Tudo. Budgie still going for the backup blocks, doesn't get one of them. Not sure if they're in different gaps. I didn't see if Tudo got the left gap or the right gap. But Tudo's just a little bit ahead, got a straight pig. He's gonna kill it with a lava bucket? No? Thinking about axe?
Kind of be there.
Kind of just he's just chilling. It's his new roommate.
I have the stats. I have the stats.
Okay, what's
Here we
the
go.
Stats?
So Season 6 win rate for Budgie in Stables is 53.1%. Stables win rate for Tudorule in Stables in Season 6 is 54.7%. Now, that's not a lot, but it is 100%. Over a percentage difference. And we're talking about 800 games right now. We're talking about 800 games. So that is at least like a couple, that's like 10 games where Tudorule's winning on Stables above Budgie. And at this level, that might matter a little bit. So interesting to see that kind of pay off here because we've literally only seen Stables in this matchup. And again,
that is kind of crazy.
In the fort by so much right now.
Wow. Yeah, Budgie just has 15 obby. I mean, you know that like you're guaranteed a 5 obby chest, but where did Tudorule get the obby?
Yeah, I mean,
Budgie still just doesn't have it. I don't know what chest he hasn't checked yet. Maybe it's the bottom one.
I think it has to be the bottom one. I think it has to be the
bottom
one.
Clear out everything else.
That is really unfortunate. Oh, it might be. Is it this bad gap chest over here? Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. It is 21 obby, Pearl Hangout. That is just tough. I mean, Stables, there's definitely like some RNG to it, but when it happens 4 times in a row where this has kind of happened, I think like this is definitely something where maybe it's something that Tudorule's a little bit more comfortable with and just kind of has more experience in dealing with. And I think honestly, like, I hate to be that guy, but I think Tudorule playing no reset, like I could tell you, Stables is so annoying in no reset. And you have to be like so aware of where all the chests are and stuff. And maybe that's why Tudorule has like a little bit more of an understanding of like where I should be going for the chest. Like, where is this going to have the obsidian, all that stuff. So like, I think that could be something. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be curious to ask. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. But we know both runners are here now, playing a different spawner, but this one has lava. That's going to be so tough for Budgie here when he's already behind.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's just a double.
There's a skeleton too. I mean, you have a lot of food. It's just a little scary.
Yeah.
Tudo's thrown the eye. No water.
No water.
Make it shake. We're good this time.
Gonna be chilling. I mean, it's just so far ahead right now. Like, unless the terrain, like this, we have like a situation where like that first Eric automat seed where like terrain nav to the portal really matters. I mean, Tudorule's just out. Like, this is really open terrain. I think this is looking really good. And this is a fast time right now. Tudorule might be having a sub-7 stronghold. Look at it a little bit slower now. I'm not sure how far away we are from the portal or from the stronghold, excuse me. But I mean, I guess we're right here. Yeah, here we go. That's the portal.
Yeah, let's see the stronghold. Comes down to this. How many rods is Budgie on? Like 3 now? 4. Yeah, still needs a full come down 2 more rods. And that's a spike.
Pretty nice.
Ocean exposed portal room. Is that it?
I don't see it.
No.
I don't see it right now, actually.
That's it. There's one. I think this is a library. No, to the right. I believe it was 3 blocks taller than all the surrounding rooms.
Oh, I
So if
missed.
I'm
Yes,
correct,
the
this is to
odd
the
thing.
left
Yeah,
here,
you're
and
right.
it's here.
Great job. W knowledge from Parker. This end looks zeroable. It is front, and it looks pretty
This looks
free.
tall.
97.
Oh, 97. Okay, that's chill.
And he's going to go for the 103 setup. I love this play.
I love this too. That's GOAT behavior right there. Double bed? How's this looking? Good damage.
Yeah, I think this might be...
Just it. Oh!
And that's going to be it.
Beautiful.
This should just be fine. And Tudorule will be taking this match against MrBudgie in 3-1 fashion. Listen, barring disaster, maybe Tudorule forgets how to throw a pearl. Did not.
Maybe.
Unfortunate. Did not. That'll be the game. Great showcase from both runners. And that is going to be potentially... No, it's not sub 8. It's 8:01. Wow. 8:02. Great time from Tudo. Great job from both runners. Really, really impressive stuff. I mean, the story of this match is stables and gold pickaxes.
It's stables and gold picks. Yeah. I love it.
Incredible stuff. I mean, again, like, look at this. Like, this time had a little bit of an enter going into the Bastion and then just really, really caught up. And I think the interesting thing, too, is, like, I don't recall Budgie doing anything. I mean, we were definitely focused on Tudorule's gameplay at this point, but I don't recall Tudorule doing anything to really make up 35 seconds in the Finding Stronghold split. And when he did do that split, he already had his 6 rods. So just really clean fortress play. I think that goes back to, like, Tudorule is so good at inventory management and so good at just being organized in general. And I think having that was just so beneficial in kind of this whole set of seeds. And that's, I think, what's going to help Tudorule move on to the next part of the bracket.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Tudorule keep playing. Sad to see Budgie go, but I liked the matchup. They were very even in my head, and today Tudorule came out on top with some great times too. We haven't seen
really
somebody die, and that's just my favorite.
Yes,
Like,
no deaths. Great high level gameplay in every match so far today. Like, really, really big stuff. Oliver can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we're gonna have an interview with Tudorule like we did with Eric. So I think that was just a really nice game. And now it's time for the big boss, the big boss to show up. This is a phenomenal game from MrBudgie and Tudorule, and it's time to see, is this guy just a commentator now? Is this guy a little washed? Is he gonna become the plumber? Like, we're gonna see. It's gonna be Feinberg versus Schumann. It's gonna be a really exciting game. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a great showcase of what MCSR has to offer. But yeah, any closing thoughts on this match? I think it was really good, really organized. And I think we saw some great stuff from both runners.
Yeah, no closing thoughts. Just thanks for playing. Yeah, I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, seriously, huge props to Budgie and Tudorule for showing up today. Tudorule will be playing, I believe tomorrow will be those next set of matches, and we'll be moving on. We'll probably do a quick little intermission, and then we're going to hop into Feinberg versus Schumann, which is going to be super exciting. So we'll see you then.